Hi everyone, I am creating this intro video to let you know that throughout just a few videos, some of the audio was out of sync with the video, and halfway through my lips don't match what I'm saying. It starts fine, and then halfway through it gets out of sync and then resolves itself and goes back into sync by the last few minutes. So I just wanted to say I am aware of this. It's my first time recording here. I will be checking the Wi-Fi and seeing if I can possibly do something better on my end. I do know Mercury, my ruling planet, is encroaching. It's retrograde. So I do know that that tends to happen with the glitches that I experience. But there's a lot of detailed information in these forecasts. I still think you could enjoy them and get a lot of information because it didn't happen in all of them, and it didn't happen throughout the entire video. So I'm just giving you a heads up, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi, Aquarius. My name is Audrey Allison. Thank you for joining me for your December 2016 forecast for the month. I am happy to be here. I'm in the loft. I'm upstairs in my bedroom. I'm still setting up some of the house. I've got a contraption set up here, so bear with me. It's taking me a little longer than I thought to get totally acclimated. I think I was overzealous in thinking I could set up everything in my entire life in 3 weeks, which is very hard to do, but I'm making the best of it. I love it here. This is a brand new space, so the energy is solely mine. It's clean, it's clear, it's fresh, and I feel very blessed. And I want to thank you for joining me, and I really appreciate you. So let's get to the forecast. I'm using my steadfast favorite deck, the Alchemical deck by Robert M. Place. Always using it. You can see how worn it is. I mean, I use this puppy every day. Okay, so yeah, December. It's not as tumultuous as the October-November energy, but we do have our fourth and final retrograde of this year, which is rare because we normally just have 3. So this review is very necessary as we enter the year of beginnings for 2017. You have a strong activation in the 12th house of rest this month. In fact, this is what this month is about for Aquarians, and I think this is just as much about a mental reprieve as it is physical rest, because you are ruled by air, by the wind, by insight. You're very intelligent. You are overactive mentally. You're the smartest sign in the zodiac, with a close second to Gemini and Libra. But Aquarians, you know, you're very progressive. You are ruled by Uranus. You need this rest. And I think that this is not just a rest for December. What I'm getting is that this is an accumulative 9-year rest. I'm sorry, I'm not saying it right. It's, how do I say it? It's a rest after a 9-year cycle. It's not resting for 9 years. I'll be like, hey, I'll wake you up in 9 years when you're done with the coma. No, this is after a 9-year cycle. What we're headed in numerology, this is the number 9 year. We're entering the number 1 year of beginnings, January 1st, 2017. So this is a much needed rest after a 9-year cycle is what I'm getting. So on the 2nd of December, Mercury is entering Capricorn. This is the first personal planet that's entering this 12th house of rest and release and healing and spirituality and subconscious mind, psychic ability. The house of the hidden, the house of the undoing. Mercury here, conjunct Pluto, the planet of change and intensity. This could be definite information through dreams. When the 12th house has Mercury in there, that is the planet of information. And where is that planet existing? In sleep, in the REM sleep, in your deep thoughts. So this is information coming to you through quiet rest and relaxation. And strongly for Aquarius, because Pluto is there, and that conjunctive energy is intense, to say the least. It's actually going to instill some kind of change for you I believe for the better into next year. This is also the sector where we have the retrograde for you, which I'll get into. I'm doing things in a chronological order here, so I'll discuss that retrograde in that sector when we hit that date of the 19th. On the 7th, Venus enters your first house. I love this because she's there for a month, and this is about beautifying, smoothing over, harmony, balance, getting your bearings together. You're looking your best, Aquarius. And you might be feeling, for a change, that you can see the gray area of things, and it's not as black and white. And you know, this place that I'm living now is stimulating the hell out of my ability to channel or receive information, because I'm explaining the forecasts in ways that I haven't before, and I'm also interpreting the tarot. I noticed in the last reading, I've never said some of these things before in the definitive way that I could do as an astrologer or a reader. I've never said that about Venus going into the first house for Aquarian, about gaining a sense of the gray areas. So some of you, not all of you, but some of you have this keen sense of perception of knowing right from wrong, black and white, and you're very, on and off, which a lot of air signs can be. But, except for Libra, actually, they're more of in the middle. You're going to get a bit of that gray area working for you, which is why I think you're able to rest a little bit more, because it's not going to be so on and off. You have more of a balance here this month. And it feels internal rest, quieting the self, quieting the body, quieting the mind. On the 13th, we have our full moon in Gemini at 22 degrees. Every year, the full moon is in Gemini in December. And this trines you in the 5th house of romance, in the 5th house of children, passion, true love. What is inspiring to you? You might have some closure in one of those ways. Maybe you're dating someone. This is dating, not marriage, the 5th house. But maybe you're dating or newly connecting with someone that has potential, but you're shying away from that. You might close that up. You might see a child go back to a new location or move at that time. You might also put an end to a creative endeavor that maybe it isn't inspiring to you. That's the word I want to use with the 5th house. You have your choice to choose what works for you, and allow this process this month of December, especially the last 2 weeks with our full moon right smack in the middle. When the moon is waning, which is what will be occurring from the 13th of December through the 29th, we hit our new moon. Go inward is the message. When the moon is waning, decide what is inspiring to you. That's where your full moon will be illuminated. That sector is lit up, and there could be an awareness here in the 5th house for you. On the 19th, Mars enters Pisces. This is fabulous for the financial sector, the 2nd house of money and possessions and self-worth. With Mars there is stimulation, conjunct Chiron, a sense of healing in this sector. Feeling financially secure, money generated very quickly with Mars in the 2nd house. This is a 60-day transit, so you have him all through January in this sector as well. This does wonders for the increase of the wallet, so that works for you as well. And it also says something about self-confidence. Mars is inspiration, and any Aquarians who are feeling insecure, whether that is physically, mentally, emotionally, this is where you'll gain energy. It doesn't have to apply to paper green money. The second house can be self-worth and how you value yourself and how others value you. And Mars there has a lot of masculine energy, ruling men, that might see you in a more confident way, reasonable way. It's important to love yourself. I'm getting that message for Aquarians. Maybe some of you are feeling low and in need of affection, security. This will help you. That energy of Mars in the second house on the 19th of December for 60 days will benefit you. Now on that day as well, on the 19th, that's when we have our Mercury retrograde. And he will retrograde in Capricorn at 15 degrees. In that 12th house of rest, I never mind a retrograde in the 12th house. I look forward to that. That's about bears needing to hibernate. That's about curling up in a ball over Christmas time and laying in a stocking and just taking a nap. It's chill out time. It's also premonitions, dreams. This planet, Mercury, will be retrograde through the 8th of January, going direct at 28 degrees of Sagittarius. So Mercury gets in a little 2-degree energy in the sign of Sag for you. That's the 11th house. So maybe a little bit of people and friendships from the past can come into play, hearing from them, connecting with them the last week of the retrograde when Mercury is in that 11th house for you. That's when friends and even goals are reviewed in the last week of the retrograde. I want to say January 1st through January 8th. Yeah, your phone will be very busy with that energy because that will bring in connections from the past, maybe some that you're not expecting to hear from. Revise, review, rewrite. It's a time of rest in the 12th house. You might really benefit from a dream journal because this retrograde is occurring in the house of dreams, but it's occurring with a planet that governs writing and expression. So that kind of definition could apply to this astrological transit and retrograde. This is the last minute review for you before the year of beginnings, 2017, January 1st, Aquarius. So take this time to thoroughly release old patterns in the 12th house, old habits and behaviors, subconscious mind behavior. You would benefit from hypnotherapy at this time. I'm getting that. Hypnosis, dream recall, past life regression. That's the kind of thing that could work for you with Mercury in the 12th house. On the 21st, the Sun enters Capricorn, conjunct that Mercury energy once he goes direct. They'll cross over each other at some point here. And the new moon on the 29th is at 7 degrees of Capricorn. So there's all of this 12th house. It is seriously good to be in Aquarius when you need some downtime in December. It'd be great to take a holiday, not necessarily going to travel, although that's unavoidable sometimes for some of you, but take a holiday here, just mentally decompress. The new moon on the 29th is a peaceful way to enter 2017. We all could use that, some peace. I made a note about the 26th of December. There is an exact opposition between Jupiter and Uranus, and we could be in for a big surprise, a shocking revelation globally. I feel like this might have something to do with our political system and our electoral college perhaps, or there might be just a big surprise is the word I wrote, because when Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance and happiness, jovial energy, is in opposition to the planet of abrupt and sudden change and insight and electricity and surprise, Uranus, this is a big shock. This is like, we didn't think this miracle could happen, and it's happening. So however that applies to you, I'm sure I'll get some info about it on YouTube, but let's get to the cards. If you'd like to read with me, I read all through the week. Please go to audreyallison.com and select your desired reading length via the PayPal button, and I will get back to you in a few days with an email with some times, and we can set that up. Aquarius. Lady of Vessels, Lady of Cups, Lady of Water, it's all the same thing. This is intuition at its finest. This is the 12th house. You see how she's resting with that cup on her head? Like, I've got this, I'm honing in on this. This is your intuition and your psychic ability. This is the 12th house where Mercury is conjunct Pluto and the sun and the new moon are going in there. Yeah. This is about trusting your instincts. Let me pull more cards. The 9 of Coins, the money tree. This is growth, health, prosperity, well-being, abundance. Seeds that were planted 9 months ago can bloom now, is an interpretation that I like to use for the 9 of Coins. What were your ideas 9 months ago? They might start to be implemented or come to fruition. Ooh. This is Uranus. This is that shock. This is that electricity, that lightning bolt. Now, a lot of people get crazy about the tower because it's like, ooh, impending doom. 2 people are falling from the tower in opposite directions. I don't know. I don't mind the tower if I don't have swords cards around it or the death card. The interpretation I would get with the tower next to the 9 of Coins and starting with this energy. This is saying what you are processing intuitively in the 12th house in December could have by the 26th, by that surprise shock day, you could have something manifested or insight at its finest. The tower is insight. It's also progression. It can be uncomfortable when it happens. Just like I think on the 26th, it's going to be happy, but shock is uneasy at first. So you might have to settle into this, but I have a great feeling about it, and I am an empath. So I'm reading this in a jovial way that it's going to work for you. And the 9, is this the 9? No, I'm sorry, it's the 8 of Wands. Oh, right. The woodcutter, making a sacrifice. You know, that 12th house of yours, the house of release and what no longer serves you. You can cut off one of these trees or branches or wands here. He's cutting one of them down right here. He's releasing something. 12th house. What are you letting go of? Do you have an annoying habit? Do you have an annoying habit? No, but a pattern is what I should say. A pattern that you are on repeat with. Oh, I just got like a chill. Okay, I'm going to say it anyway. I keep thinking this is the 9 of Wands in my mind. And I was just going to say, you know, what are you holding on to for the 9-year cycle that we're in numerology-wise? It could be something like that. This habit could be 9 or 8 years old for you, but you're not bringing it into the year of beginnings, are you? You're not going to start January 1 of 2017. It's even more powerful in March. March 20th will be like the most powerful initiative day in a 9-year cycle, but it's effective January 1st. You're not bringing any BS with you into this next year. If it's old and not serving you, you're going to cut it down and leave it in the forest on fire. Literally. I'm kidding. Totally not literally, but I'm kind of in a quirky mood, so that was funny to me. You have one more card. Ooh. Okay. And this applies to romances, full moon in the 5th house. If that shit is not working for you, you're cutting it out of the picture. Intimacy, connection, romance. What isn't working for you will be released. However, you could suddenly meet someone just as much as you suddenly want to get rid of a relationship. This has to apply to Aquarians differently, because not every Aquarian has the same rising sign. And please, please watch your ascendant forecast. They're even more important than your sun sign for transits, more accurate to your natal chart. Unless you're a double Aquarius, then this applies strongly. And I actually know a double Aquarius. So yeah, remove what no longer serves you. You don't need to bring that into next year. And that can apply to subconscious habit, behavioral habit, and that romance. Who isn't working for you just as well as what isn't working for you. I am so glad you joined me, Aquarius. Thank you for watching. I'm wishing you a sweet December, and remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.